Let's start with the matchup with East Noble. I know they played you guys tough last year. You came out with the win. What's it going to take to repeat that this year?
Well, we need to go into every week practicing the same. Can't take anyone for granted. We know that East Noble's a good team. We remember last game, only winning by 3. Not exactly what we want, but it was a fun game. So hopefully it'll be another good one this year.
Before the season started, you guys talked about the potential for this to be a prolific offense. 88 points through 2 games. What's been working?
Well, everything's really been clicking for us. Everyone on the team's been putting a good effort in, which that's the key. If you put an effort in, something's going to work out. Plays have been working the way we planned, so it's working out great.
How important has that chemistry been that you've built with those receivers, just playing with them in the last few years?
It definitely changes a lot. I know a lot of quarterbacks that come in to a year, like I did last year, not knowing the receivers. So having this extra experience in the second year, really, I know where they're going to be, and it really helps out in the passing game.
That East Noble defense, I know they're 1-1 right now. That first game, I believe they forced 9 turnovers, I want to say. I mean, what do you know about this defense? What do you guys have to be ready for?
They're physical. On the film, definitely you can tell that they're physical. They're good up front. They move around a lot, which makes it harder on us. So I have nothing but respect for them. I know they're a good squad.
You guys are off to a 2-0 start. How important is it, though, to make a good showing in that first conference game?
Well, we want to make a good showing in every game. We don't want to lose, and it's important that we go out in the same mentality every game.
Obviously, the most important thing was you guys came away with a win, but you look back at kind of the unique circumstances of that Valpo game. Was that a bonding experience for the team? Is this something that you think kind of made everyone a little bit closer?
It was definitely a lot of fun. It was a different experience. We were in the gym for three hours. You know, we had a rap battle going. It was a lot of fun. We got to know each other a lot better too.
Who won the rap battle?
Carlos Sanchez.
You guys in East Noble always seem to have they're always good games. How important is it to make a good showing in the conference opener?
It's very important. This is our last year in the NHC, and we're striving just to make a lasting impression. We've been practicing hard all week, this whole season, this whole off season, getting ready for this, and so I think we're ready.
From a defensive standpoint, they give you a lot of different looks with their offense. What have you seen on the tape that you guys need to be ready for?
You know, they've got a lot of good players. Their quarterback, he's a senior, he's been there for a while. They've got a couple of good receivers and slots, and they got an all-around good team. So we've just been preparing for everything, being ready for whatever they throw at us. So.
What's key for you guys defensively? What are 1 or 2 things that have to happen in order for you to be successful?
You know, we got to stop. They like to run it, and we've got to stop their run game. They got a nice running back. He runs hard. He's new this year. We didn't have him last year, so they've always got a good running back. Last year they had Mabel, so that's always key for us. That's what we've been focusing on.
You look at what your offense has done so far this season. From a defensive standpoint, does that allow you guys to maybe take a few more chances, knowing that they're able to put points on the board?
It certainly doesn't hurt. It's nice to have that kind of cushion of points available. The past few games, it's been nice, and we had that a couple of years ago with the other team. But you know, our offense is great. Not just the receivers, but we got a good offensive line coming back, and it really takes a lot of pressure off the defense. But we're still determined. We're still ready to go and make plays. And our goal is shut out every game, so that's what we're hoping for this game.
All right, you guys are obviously off to a strong start, 2-0, 88 points to those 2 games. How important is it to make a good showing in the first conference game?
Well, it's been a privilege to play East Noble, their first conference game over the last few years. I mean, it's an awesome opponent to start off with. It's a bit of a rivalry. It's been back and forth, and they're a good football team. So we're excited about this game. It's a great way to start the NHC for us.
Looking at, I guess let's start with their offense. Harold Wolf's been doing it for a couple seasons now. How do you go about slowing down their attack offensively?
Honestly, they can move the ball a bunch of different ways. They got a ton of offensive plays that they have at their disposal, and so a lot of good weapons. So we just have to play sound defense and make sure that we're in position and assignment sound, and we have to tackle well. You know, it's one of the big things for us, and but that's a big challenge for us.
Their physical defense, opportunistic. They forced a ton of turnovers in that first game. What's been the message to your guys on the offensive side of the ball in terms of preparing for that defense?
Well, we've done a good job of protecting it so far. I mean, we hope that continues Friday night, and we emphasize that in practice and ball security and things like that. So we're hoping just to play the games that we've been playing and play confident and efficient, and they are physical. You're right. So we've got to match that a little bit.
Before this season started, I know a lot of the talk around this program was there's the potential for this to be another really potent offense. That's been the case through the first 2 games. I mean, are there a few key things that have been going right, or is it just when things are clicking, things are clicking?
Well, we're blessed with a lot of good football players, you know, and when that happens, and we have some kids that are dedicated to doing things the right way and attention to detail, and this kind of thing can happen, and it has. And we didn't play very well last week, as a matter of fact. So we got a long way to go, honestly, and we feel like we can play even better, and our kids feel that way too. So we've got some work ahead of us, and we're not anywhere near where we want to be. So that's the challenge in front of them.
Obviously, guys like Logan and Ben, they've been here before, their experience. Did you have to remind them at all after the opener, like, hey, that's not going to happen every game?
Yeah, we talked about that. It's every game's a little bit different, and we're going to try to take what the defense gives us. And each game has been a different type of challenge. You know, the last week they played more of a softer zone, and so we ran the ball a little bit better. And so that's our goal, is to just see what's there and try to take advantage of it.
And I'd imagine there's been some reminders about how much of a grinded out game it was last year with East Noble, correct?
Yeah, it was a grinded game, you know, and you never know what to expect. Sometimes they're high scoring and it's been winning by 2 in the 40s, and sometimes it's a 17-14 game, and you never know what to expect. That's why it's great to play East Noble, and we enjoy this rivalry.